Jarrod Chlapowski.
You know, usually when you speak at these events, you want to either be first or every other speaker to be awful. So you sound pretty good, but that definitely was not the case tonight. And so, sorry guys, I'm the worst one. Honestly, though, this is great cadre of speakers. I'm honored to be able to be included tonight, last minute. Quick background. I used to work for the Human Rights Campaign. I was a lobbyist and military advisor. I also served in the military for 5 years and also started my own organization called Service Members United, mostly working on the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and I led the field campaign to repeal it, and then we won.
Thank you.
But, I mean, tonight we're going to talk more about why I got involved in the first place. So, you know, when I initially joined the Army, I didn't really intend on coming out of the closet. It's actually quite the opposite. I was hoping the military would be like this hyper-masculine... thanks. Powerful story. Okay, so anyways, I was hoping the military would be this hyper-masculine entity that would kind of push the gay out of me.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You know, and I finished basic training and I got to the Defense Language Institute. I was a Korean linguist, and it was definitely not true. And I had to deal with that. Unfortunately, this was February of 2001. Keeping track, this is before 9/11. This is also when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was still in place. But I knew about the law just about as much as every other American did at the time, which is that, you know, if you're quiet about it, you wouldn't get kicked out. Wasn't really the case, but, you know, at the time, that's all I really knew. And so for about a month, I was quiet about it. I was like, you know what, it's not a big deal. I'll just, you know, figure this out 5 years later. And then a month after that, I just really needed to talk to somebody. So I called my roommate, who was at a party, and he said, holy shit, I'm gonna come back to post right now and we can talk about this. I was like, oh shit. But when we met by a tree, he said, yeah, I'm gay too.
Yeah.
I was lucky. And there's a lot of steps from there to when I met another pocket of gays. I met another pocket of gays at the Defensive Language Institute, and in the military at the time, and I found out later, there's a lot of different pockets of gays. That's how we survived. And we called ourselves the Gay Luck Club. Our president was I'll have to use different names because this is video, so we'll say Isaac. His boyfriend at the time was the First Lady. Anyways, there's a lot of good stories and we became close friends. And of course, you know, when we were around each other, we talked about being gay because we couldn't talk about it anywhere else. But it wasn't just that, it was just a close group of friends. And the larger we became, and we grew quite large over time. Some people say there must be something in the water at DLI because there's a lot of gay linguists. But you know, we found each other, and we were really close. But the larger we grew, the more careless we became. And over time, we paid the price for that. The first one was my friend Ginny, who was struggling in school at the time, and she wanted to talk to a psychiatrist about it. During the time, she was also talking about the problems with her girlfriend. The psychiatrist took that information to her commander, and she was kicked out. There was no provider-patient confidentiality protections, which was news to us. My friend Isaac, who was the president of GLC, he actually made it past the gay purge, which we'll talk about in a second, and went to Iraq, and he was stop-lossed to go again, but he was suffering some severe PTSD, and he learning from Ginny's lesson, he decided not to go to a psychiatrist about it, and instead outed himself to get kicked out. And he was thrown into the civilian world with no benefits, went to this big spiral of reckless behavior and drugs, and caught HIV within 6 months. And then there was the gay purge. My roommate at the time was one of the ones caught. There's this thing in the military called the health and welfare, and it's like this big surprise in the middle of the night. We all know what's coming, usually. This one we didn't. Where they come to your barracks room at 3 in the morning, looking for what usually they say is contraband. But that night, what they found was a number of couples in different bedrooms. 5 straight couples and 1 gay couple. Straight couples got slapped on the wrist. The gay couple, they were given 45 days of extra duty and kicked out. That was my best friend who I came out to for the first time. And during the 45 days, he had to drive around with Sergeant Major, who would complain about the faggot who drove him around. He had to do that. And I have a lot of stories like this in my pocket. I could share all of them. We don't have that time for that. But of the GLC, I was the only one that was never investigated, and only 2 of us, actually 2 of us were never investigated. No, I'm sorry. I was the only one never investigated out of that whole group. But I do have a story of my own that was very close. I used to visit my boyfriend in Gilroy, California every weekend. And I was a good soldier. I didn't really get a lot of crap about it. They said, yeah, just whatever you want to do. And one time we stopped by Walmart to get a CD. We still listened to CDs back then. I think it was one of the Now CDs, embarrassingly enough. And we walked in, and I was with my boyfriend Chad, and we were kind of horsing around, and I kissed him on the cheek. And when I turned around, right there was my first sergeant. He looked at me, I looked at him, I nodded, I said, "First Sergeant," he nodded, said Chlapowski, and that was it. When I got back to post, like the next week, I was just terrified I was going to be the next one kicked out. Nothing happened. We got to graduation, and the first sergeant inspected our uniforms to make sure we looked good in front of our parents who came to see us. And he said, "So how's your friend in Gilroy?" And I said, "Well, my friend is pretty well." And he said, is your friend aware of what this means, you being in the military? And I said, yeah, he's aware. And that was it. I was not kicked out. I should have been. Out of all my friends, I should have been kicked out. And over the entire 5 years of my time in the military, there was a few other close calls, and I never was kicked out. I was lucky. And it was just a total crapshoot. And I felt incredibly guilty that I was not kicked out. My friends were. And so what happened to my friends? And then that guilt turned into anger. And that anger turned into this commitment that I did not want to see anybody else go through that again. So towards the end of my time in the Army, I met with 5 people in this hotel in Seattle, including the highest ranked person ever to be able to get, Admiral Halstein. And we came up with a 5-year plan to get rid of the law, and 5 years later we did.
Wow.